Our next speaker is Terri Pauls. She's an environmental educator and co-founder of Ravens Roost Co-Housing, an owner-designed neighborhood that is being developed in the Abbott Loop area. Please welcome Terri.
You want to do it?
I need that clicker.
The arrows on the side.
Do I point it at your computer?
This way. Yeah. This way.
Huh? We'll point this way. Okay. I'll be a little counterintuitive. In the mid-2000s, I was teaching environmental studies at UAA and organizing the Bioneers in Alaska conference. I shared with my students innovative ways for people to live more lightly on the planet and found myself wanting to experience those methods. So I set out to learn about groups who were creating models for reducing the ecological footprint of entire neighborhoods and having a lot of fun doing it. I visited more than a dozen co-housing neighborhoods and eco-villages, providing myself a hands-on education that proved invaluable in helping to create Ravens Roost. The essence of co-housing is to know your neighbors. All other aspects flow from this fundamental goal. 20 to 35 private homes are clustered because proximity matters. You're more likely to go chat with your neighbor or go to a common meal if it's just a few steps away. Residents work with the architect on design, and they maintain the neighborhood. Everyone is on the homeowner's board. Important decisions are made by consensus. All voices are heard, and therefore, more elegant solutions are found. Co-housers are trained in this process and in communication processes. Good agreements make good neighbors, so we create specific agreements for things like pets. Cars are parked on the periphery of the site, allowing for quiet pedestrian walkways between the homes. In the common house, optional shared dinners are cooked by small teams, about 2 to 4 nights per week. Breaking bread together is an age-old way of connecting with people, and taking turns cooking is a big time saver. All kinds of gatherings can happen in the common house. Common houses also include living rooms, kids' playrooms, and guest rooms, so that these rooms aren't needed in every single home. This allows each private home to be smaller, but quality is high. Co-housers like to save energy, so walls are often shared. Unlike most condos, co-housing offers private backyards, unless it's a very dense urban site. Kids love co-housing, and so do their parents, because there's lots of room to roam safely and lots of other kids to play with. Too much fun. These kids played hide and seek in their common house one evening when hardly anyone else was there. Kids of all ages have fun in co-housing. Whether it's setting up on the common house deck to make beer with your buddies, woodworking or waxing skis in the workshop, relaxing with neighbors on the patio, and a lot of co-housers love to garden. Energy-efficient buildings and cooking meals in large quantities save money. Parents can save money by taking turns watching a number of kids. Ravens Roost is within walking distance of the Abbott and Lake Otis commercial area and bus stops, so residents will spend less on gas. Carpooling is easier when you're in touch with 35 neighbors. You don't need your own snowblower, lawnmower, etc. And if you need help repairing your bike or learning how to sew, why not just ask a neighbor if they can show you how? In addition to visiting these places, I attended a national co-housing conference. There are about 120 co-housing neighborhoods across North America. Meanwhile, back in Anchorage, a civil engineer named Mary Marnier, who's here in the front row, discovered this book at Tidal Wave and felt inspired to live in co-housing. And because no other place felt like home to me, we joined forces here in Anchorage. In the fall of 2011, Mary organized a small group of potential co-housers, arranged for the author of this book to do a presentation in Anchorage, and we started looking for land. In March of 2012, Mary got a contract on a nice 6.2-acre parcel of land off Abbott Road, half a mile east of Lake Otis. These are some members of that first co-housing group taking a tour of that land. About 6 weeks earlier, 30 households had attended a 2-day Getting It Built workshop presented by Chuck Durrett and Katie McCammett, the couple who wrote the book that inspired Mary. This group bonded, got organized, formed teams, and went to work. At a meeting on March 22nd, 2012, Mary stood up and asked who wanted to help create co-housing on this particular piece of land. As we went around the circle, one person after another said they didn't want to live on the south side of town. They wanted to live closer to downtown. Our hearts sank. It looked like it was all over. Only 4 houses were interested, and only 2 of these had time to really do the work. So it became the Mary and Terri Show. We were determined to give this our best shot, so we started all over to find interested people. We created a website, put posters up around town, gave a presentation at the museum, and wonderful new people started to join us. In April, a story about our plans made front-page headlines in the Anchorage Daily News. In May, we did a vision and values workshop from which we formed our vision statement. Our neighborhood is a vibrant, diverse community that plays, learns, and works together to create a sustainable and enriching life. We showed potential members our site. Mary and I were a well-matched team. She had the nuts and bolts skills of project management, and I had skills in marketing and group process. Over the summer, our 6 households did a series of workshops with specialized co-housing architects. Together, we designed our site layout, common house, and individual homes, all by consensus. Our site plan has an east-west layout, so the common house in every home has south-facing windows. The common house is centrally located, with the workshop on the west end, the gardens on the south side, and this area we call the townhome loop. These are 4 triplexes and a 6plex. And this is the atrium building. These are 12 homes with a atrium area down the middle. The front doors here open upon the atrium, so these are backyards and there are backyards on the other side. Buildings will be 5-star energy efficient, with some residents planning to do solar hot water and heating. The atrium has homes on either side of it and is connected to the common house, so residents don't have to go outside to get there. Light from large clear-story windows will flood the area. Our common house dining area faces south. Our kitchen will be to the right and the living room to the left, and the kids' playroom and guest rooms behind this spot. We anticipate our common house patio to be a lively, sun-drenched place. We envision our townhome loop to be a peaceful area. Our plan is for 35 homes, so we keep holding events where people can meet us and learn about Raven's Roost. We started running informational messages on public radio, had a big event at the zoo in the fall of 2012, hired Katie McCammett as our consultant. We keep doing tours of the land. We had another big event at Middleway Cafe in 2013, and over the years, our project was featured by the Alaska Dispatch, the Alaska Journal of Commerce, TV channels 2, 11, and 4, Public Radio's Alaska News Nightly, Talk of Alaska, Hometown Alaska, and KNBA's Morning Line. One household at a time. Great people, keep joining. Our email contact list has grown to more than 700 people. By last December, we had 18 households, each of whom has invested a lot of money in this project, which impressed our builder, the Peterson Group. So last December, they became our development partner. Before we cleared some forest, we salvaged as many small trees and plants as possible to replant after construction, and we made some of our trees into lumber that we can use to build. It was sad to clear part of the forest, but we're preserving as much as possible. 11 days ago, we submitted our plans to the city to start the building permit review process. We're now 23 households strong, which impressed the bank. So just last week, we took a giant leap forward. First National Bank of Alaska approved our construction loan. Please join us for our groundbreaking celebration on Tuesday, April 21st. You can also join us this Friday for our 3rd birthday celebration at the home of our architect, who is also a member. Katie McCammett will be there too. See our website, ravensroostcoho.org, for details. We also have members here tonight wearing these Ravens Roost buttons who can talk to you after this event. The lesson of this story is that you can make a risky leap of faith successfully if you have other good people to leap with. Thank you.